Kash, what brings you to the Paul Sorvino celebration?
Yeah, Roger is a dear friend of mine, and he represented Paul Sorvino, and Paul's an icon. I mean, growing up watching Goodfellas, Dick Tracy, Money Talks, there were just so many iconic performances that Mr. Sorvino did, and I'm honored to be here to honor him.
What's your most favorite memory with Paul?
Oh gosh, it all comes down to Goodfellas, man. I brought my mom here today. We were watching like The Godfather, Casino, Goodfellas, all those movies together, and there's just that thing with Paulie with the family cooking dinner, and that was just such a part of my childhood and wanting to get into movies.
Why do we like gangster movies so much?
Yeah, actually, I just watched The Offer. It was the story about The Godfather, and I think because it wasn't, I mean, I don't want to give any spoilers, but I think there was just this authenticity about it, and it wasn't just about a gangster movie. It was really about, it was those little things like, there's a scene where Coppola and Mario Puzo, they're in the kitchen together and they're cooking, and it came down to that authenticity, like being a family and and it's those little details within the Scorsese and Coppola movies that I think bring, yeah.
Well, The Offer is like the making of how the Godfather was made and produced. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was one. I actually binge watched it with my mom. Then I went to visit my dad. I'm like, Dad, this is a show you're gonna like, and we binge watched it again too.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
And what other Paramount properties do you like?
Oh gosh, Beverly Hills Cop, definitely. Top Gun, that was actually those were movies that my mom and I and my dad, we all grew up watching together. Big Eddie Murphy fan, love Tom Cruise.
They're making a Beverly Hills Cop one right now. It's going to come out.
They're making a new one?
Four,
okay, yeah, I heard something about that, and I wasn't sure if Eddie Murphy was actually going to direct something or if he was going to, yeah, there was something else that he was, I'd love to see Eddie direct as well as become Axel Foley again. I think we're owed another installment.
Okay, so what's it with Kash?
Okay, well you see, man, it has been such a phenomenal year. I wrapped the feature film, The Girl Next Door is Always Screaming with Kansas Bowling from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and we actually just shot that up in the hills around here, and it's going to be a thriller. It's going to be a good one. And I got my talk show On Air with Kash, which my mother Michelle Beaulieu, she produces, and we just had Beverly D'Angelo on. We had a very deep conversation about just life and film, and it was really one of the best. So you got to check us out at On Air with Kash.
So how come in Hollywood you really got to be a fast talker, right?
I always think I'm more reserved. There's just something about, I don't know if it was just getting, my parents gave me a video camera when I was young, and because that's what I wanted to do, and I think we just jump in and we snap into it and we know what to do.
Great talking to you, man.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you, FabTV.